The name of our city, Prince George, is one that comes with British royal ties. Our country's history has been shaped by its link to the monarchy, and that link continues today through our institutions, symbols, and culture.
I was told that I was to see a spectacular campus here at the University of Northern British Columbia. I have indeed, and you are fortunate to learn and teach in such a matchless setting.
It was an historic moment for the city of Prince George and a sign of Canada's precious tie to the monarchy. In 1994, Queen Elizabeth II officially opened the University of Northern British Columbia.
I think Queen Elizabeth has referred to Canada as her second home. She's visited Canada more than she's visited any other of her dominions. I think she's been here over 20 times. Certainly other members of the royal family have been here on many occasions. Queen Elizabeth has been to Prince George on 2 occasions while she was monarch that I'm aware of.
Visits from the royal family always seem to draw a crowd in this country, as was seen during the visit from Prince Charles and Princess Diana in 1986.
The town of Prince George was named after my great-uncle, who was...
But the British royal family has more than a celebrity factor here. The monarchy is deeply tied to our history and our country's traditions dating back centuries.
It's much more than just having the Queen on the back of the coinage and her face on the $20 bill. We really have a Queen, and this is part of our Constitution. It's from the British North America Act. It's something I think people need to understand transcends politics in many respects. When you have politicians of whatever stripe, they are still required to swear allegiance to the monarchy. And this is why new citizens swear allegiance to the monarchy as well. This is a constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary system.
It is indeed an honor that your Royal Highnesses have agreed to
Symbols of the monarchy show up in Canada's military and coats of arms for institutions across the country, like this one used by the city of Prince George and the one representing the College of New Caledonia.
This is the coin of the office of the Lieutenant Governor of the province of British Columbia, and you see our flags, our heraldry. The symbology is all there, and that's the typical look of it. You have the Columbia, the sun, the Union Jack, and of course the crown.
While Canada's connection to royalty is entrenched in our history, the royal family is also appealing to younger generations and maintaining a modern edge.
I think more young Canadians are becoming interested. We saw that when the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge visited Calgary and Alberta in 2011 after they were married. The amount of young people and families that came out to see the Duke and Duchess were numbers that I haven't seen in many years.
Locally, that appeal was given a boost by the naming of the youngest heir to the throne, Prince George of Cambridge. His birthday is now known as Prince George of Cambridge Day here in our city.
I think these ties cannot help but be strengthened by the birth of this latest little bundle of joy, Prince George. And that's going to be a very strong tie to this community in this region for sure.
A visit to Canada by the young future king has yet to be announced, but his first trip will surely delight Canadians from coast to coast. Many of us enjoy the great outdoors that our country has to offer. For years, we've utilized the abundant forests around us. In the 1960s, BC forest companies began burning piles of wood debris. These prescribed burns became dangerous when done by hand. So out of necessity, a local invention was created that's now used worldwide.
Ron Jensen is a co-inventor of the heli drip torch that's on display at the Prince George Railway and Forestry Museum. After a few years of testing, he and his group created the first drip torch that hangs from the bottom of a helicopter. Nearly 50 years ago, to have a successful slash burn, proper timing and excellent communication was needed.
It was always lit by crews by walking through the slash with handheld drip torches. Communication was always an issue, and there was a few fatalities because of people getting caught in the fires and fires not behaving the way it's supposed to be. So there was a need decided on that to try and develop a bigger torch, but to hang it underneath a helicopter. This is where the helicopter was attached to it.
The goal in designing a flying torch was to remove the ground crews away from the fire line.
Some of the problems we had with it, of course, is trying to keep it lit or lighted underneath the downwash of a helicopter while it's hanging above you. And as you can see, this thing didn't have any flow control or ignition systems or anything else, but that's how it basically started.
Before the drip torch idea, the group tried other creative methods of lighting wood debris from a flying helicopter.
First of all, we had this thing hanging from actually a forklift over here at Northwood Shop that used to be on the other side of the river, and we used to drive it around and try and control first of all the flow. You know, we had some huge fires coming out of this thing. You know, it'd be too dangerous to put under a helicopter. And again, like you mentioned, flying too, and that's what this thing actually was in, because we had just a single cable coming up here. Well, it wants to go like this under a helicopter, so this wing was put on there to try and steer it, and that shroud there to try and keep it lit.
Throwing fire from a flying helicopter was not very successful. Therefore, the group decided to go back to the basics and expand on the hand drip torch.
We're especially proud to have something that has been adopted worldwide in forestry practices here, so we're very happy to have it.
The first ever heli drip torch is on display at the museum and now has become a conversation starter.
But people who know what it is are definitely impressed when they come in and see it, and a lot of former foresters, they love coming in and seeing all the old equipment, so this is always something that's sort of a subject of fascination for people when they come in here.
There was a tremendous amount of fun, you know, what we were doing. That was a great part of my career anyway.
This helitorch has gone down in Canadian history as a trailblazing idea that got its spark in Prince George and has spread across the world like wildfire. Dave Branco, CKPG News.
Coming up after the break, we'll connect with a group that was central to the building of our country, the Métis.